So the first thing I want to show you is how I interact with the HoloLens from a business perspective. So here I'm going to open Excel, and this is directly connected to Office 365. It's a bit difficult to talk and do this at the same time. So here I can access all of my work documents, and I can make this pretty much any size I want to. And I can push it farther away or keep it nice and close. And I can then view all of my documents, files, photos, and access the web. So here you've got Microsoft Edge, and this is my blog. So I've got the scroll tools where I can scroll down and read anything that I want on a web browser. And then you've got these really cool aspects like holograms, which are just so clear and so surreal. Here I've got a Word document. Again, this is using the very clever HoloLens technology where it maps every object in your room, so you can pinpoint and place holograms anywhere. Here you'll see a really cool satellite, and there's a man doing weights here. The drone is real, by the way. The man doing weights is not real. If I forget where things are, I've got this cool labelling system where I can label pretty much anything. So there I've got Cam. Here I've got a YouTube video open on a multiple Microsoft Edge browser. And if I click play, you should see my holiday snaps or holiday video. Now, to put it in perspective, I've got a 60-inch TV in this room, and this is probably about 100 inches. So you can see that you would have thought that at one point we won't need TVs and monitors anymore, because I can have as many monitors, as many TVs as I want, not taking up any space or electricity. What I want to try and get across here is how clear this is. It's so weird that it's right in front of me. It's almost hard to explain that it feels real. It feels like I'm actually looking at a monitor. Now, this next app is so amazing. Kind of hard to put into words again. If I look at something and then click, it will actually map the room. So hopefully you can see this is using all these different colours and shapes to match every item in the room and lay over it. I mean, it's just awesome. So I can click and get different shapes. I can click anywhere in the room and you can see. Now, I'm actually looking at the video of how this looks on the screen, and it doesn't do it justice, because through the HoloLens, you don't get the black edges that you're seeing. It's perfectly accurate over all of the different parts of this lounge. It's just unbelievable. It's so trippy to look at. What an experience. Now, this one just blows my mind. You can zoom into a number of galaxies in our universe, and obviously I've gone into our solar system. Now, again, when I click to look at more detail at our sun, it's probably the best visual I've ever seen of our sun, including the TV. And I'm hoping that this video will do it justice, and you can see the solar flares erupting or shooting out of the sides.
Mercury, Venus, and possibly the Earth.
Now, my favourite planet, like most people's, is Saturn. And I had this on yesterday on the train. And it's just so surreal having this 3D planet standing right in front of me. And again, the quality is just amazing.
Yellow color is due to ammonia crystals.
Now check out this 3D shark hologram. I'm going to try to keep it in my field of view. But look at that. How amazing. So now I've made the shark larger, actually quite scary to have in my front room. So I'm going to try and keep this in my field of view and also try and keep relatively still. But here's to give you an idea of the quality. And the final thing I want to say about AR, and then the reason why I love AR, is that it keeps us in the real world. There's so many other technologies at the moment that take us out of the real world. AR keeps us in the real world, but it enhances it at the same time. Thanks for listening.
Using The hive mind teams, the cognitive researchers that the CIA and the DIA use, the Central Intelligence Agency and the Defense Intelligence Agency, these cognitive researchers that are attacking, torturing, and killing innocent men, women, and children for training, research, and development in mind control, artificial superintelligence technologies. They're using augmented reality to attack and torture and kill people. What I mean is they are able to manipulate their own brainwaves with the same technology they're using to torture and kill people. And by manipulating their own brainwaves, they're able to create a visual workspace around them, a augmented reality, a virtual reality environment around them that only they can see. And so they hallucinate, they daydream, and they're able to pull up these screen after screen inside this augmented reality environment. It's called the visual workspace. The Hindus and the Buddhists call it the third eye, but it's not the third eye. That's just ignorance. It's the visual workspace. And the visual workspace, if you've ever taken I've never taken LSD, but people who have taken LSD report seeing, experiencing these symptoms of an augmented reality around them. They begin to see dragons and other colors and symbols and objects. That's what I'm talking about when I say an augmented reality. So they simply use the supercomputer and the stream of energy to manipulate their own minds, their own brain, and their own cerebral cortex, and they're able to pull up a visual workspace around them. It's augmented reality, it's virtual reality, and only they can see it. And inside that visual workspace, they daydream, they hallucinate, and they pull up. It looks like they're reading a book or watching television or staring out the window or into space. They're not. They're actually attacking you. They're actually pulling up screen after screen inside this virtual reality, this augmented reality environment that only they can see. So they can sit down next to you on the plane, train, automobile, at the library, wherever you are, at the office where you work, and you can't see it. No one else can see it, but they can see it because they're able to hallucinate. They're able to zone in and out. They're able to daydream. And as they zone in and out, they're able to pull up this augmented reality. And inside that augmented virtual reality interface they're using, that manipulates their own minds, creating these visual sequences around them, they're able to pull up screen after screen after screen. So the first screen that they're able to pull up will be the brain waves of the victim. They're targeting alpha, beta, delta, theta. The second parallel screen they're able to pull up inside this augmented reality, inside the visual workspace of their mind, is they're able to visualize it. Okay, these screens will be the second parallel screen they're able to pull up inside this augmented reality will be a screen with their own brainwaves, alpha, beta, delta, theta, the brainwaves of the cognitive researcher, the hive mind team member. But the third drop-down screen inside that augmented reality, inside the visual workspace of the cognitive researcher, will be a combination of both the brainwaves of the victim and the brainwaves of the cognitive researcher. That's called a mixing of brainwave signals. That's called EEG heterodyning. So that's what they're using. They're using augmented reality. You're not using computers. They're not using screens that we use. They're using a virtual augmented reality interface. And those interfaces are called the brain-to-computer interface, the electronic brain-to-brain interface, and the brain-to-cloud interface. It's inside their mind. It's a visual workspace they're able to create. This augmented reality. Same as if you were to take LSD. You could manipulate your mind where you see all this augmented reality around you. Dragons and symbols and objects and colors. Okay, well, they don't use LSD, they use energy. Okay? And that's how they're attacking people. That's how they're torturing and killing people. They're using augmented reality interfaces.